What's up guys, K-Plays here. When I said I'd be looking out for any further information over the next couple days and I'd bring it to you guys as soon as possible, I didn't think that would be literally yesterday. Yeah, we had a trailer sneak right up on us in the Sony State of Play, and this one was a doozy. Probably the last big one we'll get to launch. It had a ton of weapon and armor designs, the full monster roster revealed so far, including some surprises we'll get to in a minute, some story teasers, and that classic sound all hunters know. Music to my ears. That's how you know it's getting real now. We're in the endgame of pre-release hype, so without further ado, let's dive into this pre-release hype. First things first, you know we gotta get the Hunting Horn main bias out of the way. We saw not one, not two, but 3 new Hunting Horn models in this trailer. Well, technically 1 new and 2 returning, but it's always nice to see the oldies make an appearance. First up is what I'm assuming to be a Jarakan's Hunting Horn, since it matches up with the whole Hindu deity aesthetic the rest of the gear has going on. Kinda reminds me of Glavenus' horn in fact, with the twisting flames coming off of it. Even more so since it may match up with Hellbait Glavenus and being our go-to blast option. We haven't seen any blast monsters besides the flaming rage monkey so far as I know. Next, there's a horn that comes from a monkey that's explosive in a different way. Congalala. It looks like it got a model change from its older looks, following a design more along the lines of its emerald subspecies. But I'd recognize that pink fur anywhere. Going off of story progression details we've had a few early reviewers mention, this hunting horn should be available to us relatively early, so we'll be able to try it pretty soon into the game. Lastly, there's a horn from a series staple we interestingly haven't seen all that much of so far, Rathian. What's most interesting about this clip though is the fact that it finally shows us the 3rd special performance. It is in fact the healing ability by the look of it, giving us a choice between straight offense and Sonic Smash, an offensive utility move in the offset melody counterattack, and now a seemingly pure utility move. We have had healing songs in the past and presumably still will, so what's so special about this one? Well, without much detail or full gameplay examples on this move, it's hard to say, but I'd probably assume that since you have to dedicate an entire special performance move slot to it, it'll probably give some pretty significant recovery. Recovery that we can confirm is shared with others by the fact that the hunter to the right also shows the healing effect after this move. We don't get to see the full animation, but just this part makes it seem like it's a pretty fast move. So it may be a faster emergency heal button than your typical health recovery song, where you have to play through the entire recital animation to get. Kind of like how health boosts used to work in the older games, which is great because that song's been removed, but better since you can repeatedly use it without waiting for the buff timer to run out. While I was examining this clip at reduced speed though, I noticed another interesting detail. The Gypsyros in this clip seemingly just dropped the stretchy tail slam right on top of the Hunting Horn user, like point blank, but they're still using this new move anyway. That makes me think that this may be an uninterruptible healing move backed with super armor, which could be incredibly useful if you think about it. There are also weapons that can tank attacks, with shields and whatnot, but if you can also do so while healing, we literally just have a just say no to damage button here. I mean, I'd assume that it's not just going to let you laugh off one-shots and supernovas, as awesome as that would be, but what seems like a support-focused group healing move here could actually double as a solid offensive tool. Eat a hit, heal off damage, or possibly come back even healthier than before, and then keep right on attacking. The picture in my head of the playstyle that facilitates is absolutely amazing, so I can't wait to get my hands on a horn with this move and take it for a test drive. But alright, Hunting Horn fanboying over for now. Let's dive into the rest of this trailer. Aside from the horns, we also gotta look at a ton of other gear, so whatever your main is, there's probably at least 1 or 2 new designs to spot that'd pique your interest throughout this trailer. The biggest surprises though came from the monsters shown in this trailer, starting with one I'm actually surprised to see get a full reveal this early. The Ice Apex was only briefly teased like a week ago, and we're already getting a full and proper look at it, along with the name drop. Jin Dahad. The website straight up gives us nothing but this name, a sick full official render, and a single line of text for its description. How can a creature be that big? Whew, talk about ominous. And accurate for that matter, because this thing is in fact freaking huge. Definitely bigger than anything revealed for the roster so far. It's nearly the size of Kul'Daroth in World, except instead of gold plating and heat breath, Jin Dahad is rocking jagged rusted metal looking spines and super cooling frost clouds. I especially liked how in the render the spines give it this whole tail kind of looks like the head thing, because that's usually an adaptation for fooling predators, and I would love to see whatever can take on this thing to make evolving that necessary. An even cooler adaptation though, pun maybe intended, is how this thing seems to get around. There's a brief clip of it crawling across a wall that makes you wonder how the hell anything that big climbs anything, but if you take a look back at the very first scene it's shown, you have the answer. Jindahad freezes its claws to surfaces for extra traction. That's pretty cool, and it allows its several metric ton Leviathan to move around where it absolutely shouldn't be able to drag its massive bulk, like across this wall or up this mysteriously modern looking ruined structure. Capcom's hinting at something here for sure. Won't spoil it of course, but the more bits and pieces I see, the more excited I am for the full reveal. Notice something about their structure though? The way it's bent almost in half, with this giant ice dragon weighing it down even further, and it's still standing? Yeah, there's 100% something to those theories about gravity weirdness going on here. In several clips showing the ice-charred cliffs in this trailer, there are rocks just floating in midair. Hirabami is just casually hovering around, and now this? Shoot, maybe Jindahad's whole feet freezing gimmick also doubles as a way to anchor itself the right way down, whenever things get weird. I think we all assumed that the inclemency period for Ice Map would be something like a blizzard, but imagine if it was like a bizarre localized gravity inversion instead. Who needs underwater combat when you have zero-G hunting? That would be insane, which is just about right for what we have revealed about Wild so far. Bring on the crazy, I'd say. Speaking of crazy, onto some story teases.
I've selected you as a lead hunter for this expedition.
It's not much of a lead, but it's the best one we've got.
Okay, Alma, rude. Or maybe just weird dialogue put back to back like that without any context. But in any case, there's more than just what we've seen at the surface level to this story as we follow our hunter's journey through the Forbidden Lands. The scene I'm sure stuck out to us all was the one where this Rathalos flies through a suspiciously man-made looking cavern, and it's pointed out that it looks off. Washed out colors instead of the classic red, weird glowing purple veins, and what's more, Arkveld is shown later in this trailer with the exact same coloration. This means that it's not just Rathalos recolored number 86, and there's something else going on here. Whatever it is, it's sure something we didn't see at all in the beta despite getting to fight Arkveld early, so we have zero context for what this means. Officially, at least. When I'm telling you that I am bursting at the seams waiting to talk about this topic right here. Ugh, full game, come on already so I don't have to worry about spoilers anymore. Suffice it to say though, none of y'all are ready. I spoiled myself and I'm not even ready. It is going to be a long 2 weeks. But that aside, we continue. Sorry about that. You can't just throw in proof of a hero like that after all this time and not expect us to get hype. We continue along this trailer with a rapid-fire series of that good old Hunter vs. Monster combat that we've been frothing out the mouth to get into since that reveal back in 2023. Can you believe it's been that long already? I mean, I appreciate the anticipation build-up because it's going to make finally getting to play that much better. But you had us Monster Hunter fans tweaking out over this game for over a year, Capcom. Give us a break. Jeez. Oh, what's this? Title Update 1 is already being shown? Okay, you know what? You're semi-forgiven. Yes, just like with Devil Joe and World, we've already gotten our first glimpse of what's yet to come. And it seems like we'll be doing some spring cleaning in a few months with everyone's favorite soap bubble Leviathan, Mizutsune. I love to see it, but I gotta say, the Fated 4 is starting to feel more and more like the Fated 3 over the years, because Mizu just got some love in Sunbreak in the form of a rare species. Astalos also made an appearance in that game, and Glavenus returned in Iceborne with the subspecies. But we still have yet to see Gammoth appear again outside of Generations and Generations Ultimate. It's a shame, really, because that's definitely the most out there of the four compared to what we usually see in these games, and if nothing else, Wilds has sure been going all out in the monster variety department. I'm still holding out hope that we see the poor forgotten Gammoth, and I don't want to hear any of these old explanations about it being too big for regular maps after we've just seen Jindahad's gigantic self, in presumably the exact same map Gammoth could hypothetically find itself in. But, nevertheless, I don't know about you guys, but this launch trailer did its job for me. I am hyped and ready to delve into Wilds at the end of this month. What do you all plan on doing first when the game drops? I already know I'm crafting as many horns as possible, testing out all their new toys, and comparing them all one by one. Let me know your plans down below. For now, I'm going to focus on getting myself in the zone for this beta, and my rematches with Raydao and Arkfeld in a few hours. Till next time, this has been another K-Plays, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. #Justice for Gameth.